The Dow Jones Industrial Average will open at a record high. The index gained 218 points yesterday, roughly 36 hours after there was initial turmoil on election night. The Journal says the jump in the markets reflects a bet on Trump's plan to stimulate the economy, cut taxes, and limit financial regulations. To discuss it all, CBS News financial contributor Mellody Hobson is here. Mellody, good morning to you.
Good morning, Josh.
So these dire predictions about the markets thus far, after those initial first hours, have not come to pass. Why is that?
I think there are three reasons. The first, which we cannot understate, is he got the whole enchilada. He got both houses of Congress. And as the Wall Street Journal said today, it's not a question of if legislation will pass, which is what we've been dealing with for the last several years, but what legislation will pass. So I think that sense of that gridlock being over, they've got the votes. The second thing I think that was very important, Brexit was a dress rehearsal. People saw something pretty dramatic happened, and the world did not end. And I think the Brexit story will play out longer term, maybe not as well as we've seen, but that initial sense of there's been this shock, we were wrong, and the world didn't come to an end. It's exactly, stress rehearsal. And then last but not least, I think this rhetoric has helped, that we've gotten away from the very divisive language. Secretary Clinton had a graceful exit. It was a graceful acceptance speech, and the pictures yesterday, I think, were very calming.
It does make a difference.
Yeah.
You've spoken to executives on both sides of the aisle, business executives. What are they saying to you?
So uniformly, Republican or Democrat, shock.
Yeah.
Uniformly, in terms of the halls of corporate America. I talked to CEOs, chief financial officers, general counsels. There is some sense of anticipation and expectation of better tax policy, and the idea that they will be able to bring some of these dollars that have been sitting all over the world back into the country without paying a huge tax on them.
Because shock is not normally considered a good thing. Are they saying shock, but we're going to be all right, or shock, let's see?
Shock, let's see. The taxes is positive. The protectionist comments are very negative. So one chief financial officer that I spoke to yesterday of a global consumer products company said, our biggest customer in Latin America is Mexico. The rhetoric around Mexico scares us, because if our goods cost more there, or if they end up having a weak economy, we are going to feel it. And so there was a lot of concern about that. And you're obviously also hearing that in the tech area because of the need for engineers from around the world to help fuel the innovation that they have.
Okay. Who are the losers in a Trump administration in terms of businesses?
So what we've seen so far is around the Affordable Care Act and specifically hospitals. So they're saying if there are less insured people, we're going to have to eat those costs. And so you've seen HCA be one of the worst traded stocks the last couple of days, and other hospital companies. That's a big area, some of that.
Really interesting.
Right. Mellody, can I just say you look good from top to bottom? I hope we can get a shot of your shoes before we go to break.
Yeah.